take our time, hoping that we did it right. And give me any reason to call you up late at night. And we know it's for the best, I won't put up a fight. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go.
feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Then, against my intentions, I let you turn me violet instead. Summer high, met you in August. New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. Whiteout skies, middle November. You and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind, as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. The festival that we met at, where you were just a face in a crowd. And now I can't imagine me with anybody else.
Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Where you go, where you go, where you feel, yeah. Where you go, where you go, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you go, where you go, where you feel, yeah. Where you go, where you go, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Since 1991, birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. They let you down, but you get up. They let you drown, but you don't stop. You show 'em you're a phoenix. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their
Hello,
Hello.
hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the broadcast. As you can see, you have not one but two analysts sitting before you today. I am Gibbs, joining me is Otomo, and we are going to be bringing you the wrap up of the group stage here, where we are going to be seeing Algeria go up versus Morocco in a round out of the, was it the West African IESF
Northwest.
qualifier? The Northwest, yes.
Northwest, yeah. Because we have it split up into a bunch of different regions because we have so many competing countries. So we are splitting it out. Like we did that with like Asia, like South Asia, Southeast Asia. So we all have different parts of the region. But unfortunately, I don't believe this match actually matters too much in the grand scheme of things, which is unfortunate to say. But the yesterday we saw Egypt beat both of these teams, so they already qualified to represent the region. And so these two teams, they're playing just for pride and honor, which is worth how much, Kips? How much is that worth?
Everything.
I see. And by the way, I believe that my wife is on Team Algeria because that's her name right there. She is Shushu. She will. I am not kidding. There she is. And
Yeah.
I did not. She told me she was putting my son to bed. Well, our son. She's like, I'm putting him to bed. Little did I know she's actually competing in professional Dota too.
Yeah, she's been playing some sick Ember Spirit, bro.
Yeah, and these two teams, like we said, both of them Egypt beat yesterday, but against Morocco, game 1 was very much one-sided. Game 2 was a little bit closer. Against how about Algeria? Well, apparently went to all 3 games.
Yes, it did. I was there for all 3, and it was in fact very close. Up until Egypt's Meepo pick, honestly, in the last match, it was very clear that Algeria actually did not have anything to put up against that. The Meepo was simply too tanky, especially with the Mega Meepo, as it is so aptly named. So yeah, unfortunately, nothing for them there, but a valiant effort, and I think they could have actually fought Egypt to a standstill there. So as far as I'm concerned, I vastly favor Egypt over Morocco here.
I mean, I believe you mean Algeria.
Yes, Algeria. Excuse me. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's early morning where you are, late night where we're all both in that phase.
No, it's 5 in the afternoon here. I just stayed up until 6:30 in the morning to watch my team win yesterday. So.
Well, I tried to give you an out, but here we are. We are in the draft. Algeria starts off with Spirit Breaker Techies, so that's looking like their 3-4, 4-5 potential combo. Team Morocco, they had the Shadow Demon pick yesterday and he did pretty decently, and they picked the Magnus as well. We are really going fast with this draft.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it looks like we're actually going to have... So here's the thing, like the Spirit Breaker is most likely a core, right? But I would really rather it's either the Techies or the Undying, just because that's more fun.
I wouldn't buy that either, but I'm not sure how good the new Undying core is. If you like, the Aghanim Shard was one of the reasons he was a decent-ish core, and that was like, now it's like a complete support save. And Snapfire comes out just to remove the Tombstone. And of course, if you get ruptured, you want to walk away. Suddenly, it's not really valid. I mean, like, you can't stand still anymore.
Exactly. And you, of course, also have the Magnus combo with the Bloodseeker, which is always fun to see.
I must say,
I'm still going to the Void Spirit, by the way, which is interesting because he is not the best out of all of his Spirit brothers to go up versus the Bloodseeker. Both the Storm and the Ember are normally better at surviving that rupture.
Ember's banned though, so it's like, and I guess he doesn't want to take the Storm, so just goes for the Void. I gotta say, one thing that Team Morocco did yesterday that was, I mean, I don't want to like call them out, but what they really suffered from was that they had very passive side lane cores. They had a carry Sven in game 1, and then carry Wraith King, and he just wanted to farm. Like, he went to Hand of Midas, Wraith King, he just did nothing else. Doom as well, and they kept getting like lured into fights. Doom was like 114 at some point. He was level 4 at 10 minutes. He had 3rd lowest net. It was really tough, but it seems like it's a lot more active with this heroes, right? Like Bloodseeker, you can go join fights with a Rupture. Magus, you can show up every 2 minutes with an RP. Snapfire, Shadow Demon, these are very nice, active, early fighting supports with saves, with this, disables, slows. So I like it. I like what they're working with here.
Yeah, absolutely. This draft really looks nothing like the draft that they actually got rumbled with yesterday, at least for the most part. Of course, the support duo of the Shadow Demon Snapfire was the same, right? But that one doesn't actually. That one's all about which cores are you enabling with those two, and those cores look vastly different right now.
Yes, I mean, I don't think we'll be seeing Bloodseeker, Hand of Midas. Seems unlikely. Anyway, Algeria, they definitely need a carry. Morocco, a bit more open, right? They need a core. I mean, we're assuming Snapfire is a support. Has been played offline, but I'm feeling like it's a support Snapfire, and you're going to be picking another core here. What would you like to see?
Ranged core, mid lane. I mean, you could also put this Magnus mid. I would not be opposed to that whatsoever. But if we're going to go to the list for the mid laners here, what would you say about... Actually, how many ranged matchups does Void Spirit win right now? Because I think he actually does really well against most of them, and they banned the Bat as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like you want to go for something like an OD, because that's pure damage. Void Spirit has nothing against it. I don't see OD being picked at all. So maybe pros are very much against the hero. But it's one of those heroes that on paper seems decent. You know, Spirit Breaker, you can stop his charge. If someone gets jumped on, you have another save with the Shadow Demon. Could be valid, but again, seems very unlikely. What did they go with? They go with the Visage. So mid Magnus, offlane Visage, I'm guessing?
Yeah, or mid Visage, offlane Magnus, but I really like this pick, because normally when you run this mag draft, especially with him on the offlane, right, you want somebody else to build the auras, and Visage is one of those classic aura builders where, because he will always be a damage threat. The Soul Assumption will always deal damage, and you'll always be torn between dealing with the tankiest hero on the team, the Visage, or leaving him and constantly getting spammed out by the Soul Assumptions during the fight. It's phenomenal.
I gotta say, what do you feel about the Visage rushing Phylactery? Like, I'm not a fan, but it seems a lot of teams... I mean, I'm seeing it like pop up in multiple regions in the DPC, on a lot of levels. Sometimes it's usually paired up with like a Visage Spirit Breaker, which always confuses me, but I'm guessing, Spirit Breaker is strong and they like want to pair it up with Visage. I don't know. But how do you feel about it in general? I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it does a lot for the hero, right? It's a fast build-up. You get literally everything you want, which is health, mana, and some attributes out of it. And of course, it does increase your solo kill potential.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I feel like that's not quite the way that offlaners are built right now. And I don't think that solo kill potential is really something that you don't get to solo kill very often these days.
And the thing is, I feel like I like Phylactery. I think it's a great item. But it's at that very weird spot where it's too expensive to sort of like be an early game, 10-minute item, but it's also not good enough to be a late game option. You know what I mean? It's in that really weird phase, and it's a good item. Like, I like it, but I feel like it needs a buff. It needs to be like 200 gold cheaper or something like that. And it'll be a lot better, because right now it feels super limited in a way. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm not explaining it very well, but I think you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying. I just think that because most of what it provides is stats, it's hard to make a case for it. Even though, like, I think the stat value for money is kind of insane.
Yes, it's really good in terms of like what it provides for like the goal to because it's what, like 200 health and mana and what, 10 stats, 8 stats, something like that. It's pretty good stat. 7. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's still very good stats. And the ability itself is good. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels a tiny bit too expensive.
Yeah, like the thing is ultimately that in Dota, a lot of what you do is just about the actives, right? And your items are a collective of extra abilities that you paid for. And as far as that one goes, it's really not all that good. And you can think about it as like, okay, maybe it's an item for POS 4s, because they get a little more money, and you're going to get a little more damage output and a lot of stats, like a lot of bang for your buck. But then you remember that the POS 4s right now usually either are like a second aura carrier, or you go something like a, let's say a medallion into Solar Crest or something like that, or you go for a Blink Dagger. And if you compare the actives of those things to the Phylactery, then it's like, yeah, why would I be buying stats, actually?
Especially when there's like so much items that are cheaper with better items, like Pavis as such a good active, giving it like defensively. It's like there's a lot you can work with. All right, so mid lane is going to be Magnus versus I was gonna say my wife, but versus the Void Spirit. And I'm gonna tell you, my wife, she could take him on. She could take on Magnus easily.
Oh, I believe that.
Bot lane is going to be the Undying versus the Snapfire, along with the Terrorblade and Visage here. Snap Visage doesn't seem ultra powerful unless you can get like the snap to land on him. Visage isn't really a good cookie target.
No, and also both of them are kind of short range, and we saw that there already. It's like, sure, you're running a double range lane here, but you're still going to get hit by a couple of double decays if you don't play far apart.
It doesn't feel double range, you know what I mean? But when
No.
which was like, what's your range? Oh, I'm like 250. It's like, no, that's not range. That's melee.
Yeah. A Monkey King hits further than you.
In the meantime, so yeah, the bottom lane, but seems like they should be able to get some far at least, although he is doing an amazing job spy on this Undying, really zoning them out. Only 2 CS for the Visage so far.
Of course, Visage is one of those heroes that doesn't like care too much about the CS as long as he's getting his levels. Well, now he's gonna care.
He definitely care. Definitely not enjoying that. Paradox starts off with First Blood getting the kill on the Snapfire. So that's a little bit awkward here. The one lane that you can say maybe is going kind of. I mean, the other side lane is going pretty decently for them. Top lane here for the Bloodseeker. Let's take CS. That's not too bad.
Yep, and they've got a great defensive ability for the Shadow Demon here. Oh no.
One more hit. One more hit. He gets it. And that is Paradox with the meta of his life just then. Gets 2 kills for 1. At level 1 meta getting you 2 kills, I don't think you can get any more value out of it for that. And already we're seeing Algeria with a bit of a net worth advantage here. Morocco, this is scary. Your Visage only got 2 CS in 2 minutes.
Yes.
That's scary.
This is a problem, and it really can't accelerate any more than this. Well, you know, the 3 CS on Snapfire as well, like those, as long as those levels keep coming, like sure, you're not supposed to stay in the single digits, right? But it's not as bad as we I want to talk about the top lane a little bit because I'm pretty sure
Okay, we're gonna watch top. Okay.
Yeah.
For Marshall, he's gonna go for this. Can he get now? Doesn't get them the blood right, and loses his life as well. So 2 kills coming out top for Algeria, and Morocco, they are feeling the pain. Spy, he's gonna take a few hits, but it's not much. So I mean, he still manages to make it out alive just fine. He has the Tombstone level 1, and I don't think the Snapfire has a point. No, she actually has a point in Lil Shred. Does not take Cookie level 2. Not sure I like that, but hey, if a Tombstone drops, it is going to be able to, they're going to be able to remove it very easily.
Number 1 is not making it out of this top lane alive this time. Actually, I say that. They're going to have to dive in it. He keeps on dodging.
One more hit!
Finally.
Gets it. Oh, worth it for nice dive by Marshall. Gets him the kill, gets the Spirit Breaker off, so not too bad. And I gotta say, Killer, I think is probably the best player here on their team. Killer, he can be okay. Oh, he's so close. Shushu makes out with the skin of her teeth. I'm gonna say it's her because that's my wife's name. It's. I'm sorry, that's just how it works. But yeah, Killer yesterday was super active with the Marcy, so I'm glad to see him on the Magnus. I feel like you want to give him the most important role, if that makes sense. You know, like the guy who's going to win the game for you. I want Killer to be on that hero.
I see. Well, unfortunately, though, he is up versus Shushu, who absolutely... He beat a Void Spirit into the ground as Ember Spirit yesterday.
And Paradox gets a kill, and Snapfire decides, let me jump into my death as well. And Paradox with, what is that, 4 kills at the start of the game? Absolutely wild. He's got more kills than the Visage has CS. Alright.
Yeah, so this man is a murderer.
Yes.
Yesterday, when they were playing up versus Egypt, it was basically the safe laners killing each other's off laners over and over and over again. Both of them online dominating sprees early on. It was pretty wild, which is why the difference was made in the mid lane. Here, however, Marshall Salt not having that fantastic laning experience up versus the Spirit Breaker, and it's not going to improve here either. This Techies is hit level 3 here now, and they can't spam him out.
Bloodright comes out, should be able to land on him, but Yeah, Techies has a good amount of armor, 6. It's actually kind of wild how
Real good.
Tech is. And Crocky, he's gonna take the slow, but they decide not to commit more for it. But overall, there's a lot of aggression coming out, and you have see the double magic wand coming out top lane. So every time that Shadow Poison comes out, it is just giving so much. 30 health, 30 mana total.
So there's very little for them to do here top, and the Crux is in fact going to be on that mid lane. Where now with the catapult?
Well, actually, the killer he loses his life again. I mean, at least he wasn't, he didn't have RP. Well, he isn't even level 6. I was gonna say he didn't have RP leveled up, and so that's a little unfortunate. That's another kill by Shushu. 8-1 right now. And it is a 4,000. I love the graph. We have the exact gold advantage for each team. I love that. That's really cool.
I mean, it's empty numbers though, isn't it? As an analyst, you should only care about item advantage.
Of course. But gold advantage usually means item advantage, and killer. Well, he just lost the Snapfire advantage. Did he put that ward? Did he spot it being put right in front of him? I mean, obviously it's invisible, but he might have noticed the animation. Either way, it is a massacre. This might be actually more one-sided than yesterday, when like Egypt was playing it maybe a bit easy. Algeria is like playing full gung ho from the start.
Yeah, maybe they have something to prove here. They're probably a little ticked off by that Meepo pick, putting them out of the qualifiers yesterday.
And Incursio loses his courier, and his life seems very swiftly going to follow. This time Spy actually gets it, and alright, at least Snapfire does get the Wisdom Rune. Looks like Spy wanted to go and steal it, but that is really important that Snapfire gets it, because yesterday Morocco forgot to take the Wisdom Runes, or wasn't able to.
Oof.
And they got their supports to level 6 like 13 minutes. It was bloodbath because of that.
Oh, that is absolutely brutal. Yeah, those first 2 Wisdom Runes are insanely important for keeping your supports engaged in the game.
Could be a kill. They do get a kill. Nicely done on the techies. So they're doubling their kill score. Spy thinking about doing something, but decides not to. Interestingly, taking Scatterblast feels very awkward in this situation as a Snapfire. You don't really want to be close enough to the Terrorblade or the Undying to use it. You know what I mean?
No, you don't, but at the same time, you get so little value out of the little Shredder in this lane as well, just because you're up versus such a high armor hero.
Yeah, and it's like not like Cookie is kind of weird to max out as well. Crocky loses his life.
in your lane? What you gonna Cookie exactly?
Once he gets the familiars. Oh wait, does that work? I mean, they're flying. It should work. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, CS 6,000 gold advantage continues to grow for Algeria here, but mid lane, Shushu, he's diving in. We have the RP, does not throw it out. We have a bunch of people here. Shushu, we have a disruption coming out. A nice move of the shockwave. Stops the techies mid jump, and Killer, he is being charged. Sapphire does not have anyone. Great tombstone location on the cliff. And I think Killer might be losing his life without using even the RP. And look at the charge from downtown, and double decay coming. Yep, there's 2-man decays, and we're going to be losing the Snapfire here. Shushu is going for more. The zombies, it's everything. Cows, zombies, spirits, more zombies. The Blood Rite comes out, but it's not going to be enough, and Spy just walks out. It's what, 3 for 1 so far. Make it possibly 4 for Crocky. Alright, that's a good disruption. But Shushu, will he let him go away? No, he will not. 4 kills for Shushu.
Yep, and that is the guy I saw wipe the floor with a Void Spirit yesterday as an Ember, which was absolutely wild to see. He really has some potential. And it means that the only hero that didn't get involved there is the Visage, who is sitting on the bottom lane. But he is level 5 compared to the Terrablade's 8. Can't do anything.
Yeah, and Visage really needs that 6. Like, he really needs that thing 6, and he's going to go for the first item drums. Okay, I'm glad to see drums coming out of the phylactery. However, mid tower is basically what? Standing there by a hair, and yeah, it's gone. It gets denied. I mean, I like that. You should deny it as soon as you can. I mean, in that situation, it's gonna fall. You might as well get rid of it. Dire situation here coming out. Merwan, he is going for Marshall. The rupture comes out. Whoa, I don't think he meant to self-destruct in that situation. He is tanky. He is taking his time. And Marwan, are you gonna walk out? Are you gonna walk out? He has charge in available. It just charges out. Yeah, he's fine. And wow, he just makes it out like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess if you're Crocky, you could have walked towards the side and hoped to cut him off, but I think his disruption was on CD anyway because of that unfortunate self-disrupt, so what can you do, man?
I'm surprised he's maxing out disruption early. I usually see like people put 1 point in this, you know, you go like 114 by level 7 with a point in the ultimate. Like, is disruption really worth maxing out? Maybe is disseminate that bad that it doesn't deserve a point early? Oh, it's kind of solid.
No.
Meanwhile though, Snapfire loses her life, and Crocky, yeah, he's like, crikey, I shouldn't be here. Self-destruct again. And wait, they might be able to get a kill on the techies here. Nice, 3-man RP actually. Pretty solid, but Killer, you might get one, but you might lose your life. And, well, I mean, he's doing moves. You know, the guy is putting in work, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, no, the sad part is that's the first RP of the game, and it was a decent one actually, but you have absolutely nobody else to follow up on that. Your supports are dead, your Bloodseeker would really rather be farming, your Visage would also really rather be farming, like both of them finally get some space because you are currently being sandwiched from all sides.
Yeah. Feels like you really need the Bloodseeker to show up. But he's got, you know, he's maxing out Blood Rat. No, actually, he has 1 point. Oh no, he Blood Rat only. But could you get the kill on the Spirit Breaker? This is the second 3 versus 1 situation, by the way. I think the rupture came out while he was bulldozed because it doesn't seem to last very long. He just
Here he goes.
Yeah, bye bye. What are you gonna do about it? It's
just too thick, man.
Yeah.
It's a Vanguard. That's it. Great item.
Very lucky that the meta ended just when it did for Crocky, who is still level 5. He's gonna be charged. Are you telling me he's gonna die to the illusion? Oh, come on! For the love of all that is holy in this world, somebody just... The humanity! It just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't. But at the very least, there is a reason, by the way, why I think he put more points into the disruption. He's not gonna get a lot of levels this game, so the ones that he does have should probably be put into countering out the Terrorblade.
Clever. I like it. That's very clever. Not really the way I would think about it, but yes, that does work. And we are at the dreaded 1,000 gold per minute advantage for Algeria here. And Incurgio, I think he's going to be losing his weapon. I gotta say, since all the games I've watched, Incurgio has not been able to really deliver much for his team. Like Killer, you know, he saw a decent RPs, the supports they're trying, but feels like the offlane, hey, they get a kill on Tickies, nicely done. Even Marshall is able to contribute a little bit for the team from time to time, but Incurgio tends to suffer a lot. Lowest net worth in the game overall. Oh, sorry, that's damage dealt. Sorry, that's damage dealt. My bad. But he is still lower than the enemy's support. So.
Yes. I mean, sometimes it just be like that. Also, I think that at least on like a Visage, right, if your lane doesn't go right, your lane doesn't go right, and there's really nothing you could do about it. You're slow, you don't have a single opportunity to make a play. All you can do is stand there and hope that things get better around you. So in this case, I don't really blame him. It's one of those games. And also, Paradox has in general eaten offlaners for lunch, dinner, and breakfast throughout this tournament so far.
True. However, I mean, I wonder if maybe Incurgio would do better with a faster paced offlaner. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're up against a guy who's going to be doing a really good job, if you had like imagine a Viper or Veno, Marshall, he's gonna give Shushu her beyond godlike streak, guys. 10 kills for him. Crocky does get the Wisdom Rune at least, so that's kind of nice. But
Skewer in.
Oh, there you go. This could be what you're looking for. He does still have the Sunder. It does use it perfectly. Paradox is relatively low health. If you can get the Scalus, you do. He is dead. Big kill coming out. Very much worth. Although if you lose 3 people for it, you kind of question how worth it's really gonna be. All right, so we get 2 people for it. Shushu should be able to make it out just fine. Barely gets out with that. What's it called? That spell? I always forget its name. Whatever. The one that makes the small portals. They are chasing for it. I don't think you'll be able to get there in time. Unfortunately, they aren't. But you might be able to get Spy here. Where one, he jumps on the Visage. That's a lot of damage from the bash, man. That's a lot of damage. Where one, can you go for it? Another strike comes out. I think it's one more hit. Now, Crocky, good disruption here. But he stays in vision. They have actually avoided them. I'm not quite sure how they saw him. But either way, they get the kill. And Marshall actually dies to the Undying. He's been chasing him for like 2 days.
That was close.
Almost clips him to the high ground, but would have been useless anyway because he is a Spirit Breaker. He would have been able to make it out just fine. Spy finally loses his life, and Marwan jumps into the enemy base. He is so goddamn tanky on the Spirit Breaker and Killer. Body blocked by Paradox, and one more hit should do from the real one, does get it in the end, and it's a
Oof.
I mean, they're all dead at some point.
Yeah.
81 AF.
They were all dead at some point. Paradox is back in as well, because we're actually 15 minutes into the game, not 35. As the techies blows up another one. And I do think that this one's close to over now.
The double G's, you know, the GG's, yeah, it's looking pretty rough for them, and they look at that, they actually tipped the enemy techies. I'm not sure they did to deserve it, but I saw the Snapfire TP in and literally melt in like half a second. I think she got hit by like every spell, you know, like Shushu jumped in and another strike or a bash or something.
Yeah.
It's very ugly what's happening right now.
So Shushu has an harpoon is demonstrated right there. Killer, that's...
RP?
No, that's one RP.
Alright, but there is still a Sunder. We saw this last time. You really need that burst damage to come out. Paradox might be losing. Does the sign come out in time? It does not. The Blood Rite does not land in time. Unfortunately, they only get the kill on the techies. Marwan, he's low health, but they're like, can we approach him? It's such a juicy target, and that's not just because he's made of beef, but they do unfortunately lose 2 people for that. In the meantime, Shushu, he's like, I want more. Buyback comes out of the Shadow Demon, and Shushu, will you really die for this? No. And look, do you see that? They have an Observe Ward between the barracks. That's how confident they are.
It's put right on the line as well. They really took their time to pixel like tongue out of the corners of their mouth. Like,
right there! I got it, boys! It's right outside the tier 4s, and I'm so happy about it. And in the meantime, they just continue massacring. Killer charges in, but without RP, I think he's just, you know, horning into his death. Can he get a kill? Almost! Oh god, they do get it. I mean, they've lost like 4 people. They got team wiped to get and Visage buys back. The buybacks are the most random things I've ever seen in this game. They're like, alright, I have it, might as well use it.
yeah, I mean, a single Visage might be enough to... Oh no, wait, not like that. I was gonna say hold the base, but instead more like tempt them to dive him.
Yep, it doesn't seem like it really helps at all. And look at the net worth. Out of the top 6, 5 of them are on one team, and then you have one guy sort of in the middle, you know, competing with enemy supports. And the question now, Kips, is will Algeria have the top 5 net worth on their squad by the end of the game?
Well, the funny thing is that that's all down to Morocco. Morocco can prevent it by GGing.
That is true, actually. They could, like, you know, the game ends at that point. And well, we'll see if they want to go for that.
No, I feel like some crazy torture, like, you know, it can stop whenever you want it to.
Just
you
yell,
just have to
mommy.
give me what I want.
And it does not bode. Oh, Killer, he's being charged in. Nice disruption. I think he took the damage. He does the RP available. Oh, what is that? He gets back the moment he shows up. That does not seem fair. Or maybe Marwan puts a lot of money in for the battle pass. I mean, you know, that's how it works.
That's fair.
That doesn't seem right. In the meantime, we are 23,000 gold ahead for Algeria. Morocco playing for pride, I guess. I don't know.
Just take as many of them down with you as you can.
I mean, I suppose so. You know, that maybe that is how it works.
Paradox has a moon shard.
He hits very fast, doesn't he? But then again, you know, that does all for the Shadow. I don't think I've seen Shadow even actually make illusions of the Terrible. But if he does, there is your way to come back. Honestly, it is the way to come back.
Well, here, no.
Could go for it if he wants to. I mean, there are, you know, illusions right there. The Mormor's Kisses comes out, but I think he's just kissing their chances of winning this game goodbye.
Right here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, there's a blood right on top of it.
Boom! Shakalaka.
Holy moly! Paradox gets shredded, and unfortunately, they aren't able to get anyone, to screw anyone in. We are going to be losing the Shadow Demon, but Teki is also like Morocco, an actual legit defense coming out here. It's 2 for 2. Techies buys back. You have the RP, No kisses. I think it's gonna take some time to come back. 80 seconds. Yeah, you really would like to have them. Visage doesn't have any birds either, so he's not really much of a hero. And Snapfire, dead, has buyback, wants to use it. All this relies on the good RP.
What's he in the...
It's like, can I get them in? Can I get them in?
Exactly.
It's like, guys, bait them into the fountain. Maybe they'll do it, and might actually. This could be an off. Oh,
That is resist.
that bulldoze. It's so good. If he wasn't even able to get that in front of him in time, what does skill even have? He does have the quelling blade. Sorry, the echo, but not enough gold for the harpoon, which would really help. Oh, GG's called. Oh, I was getting into it.
Yeah, and his RP in the fountain, they're actually going to kill the Void Spirit here as well.
I mean,
Now they're tossing mines in. Killer wants to go again. He doesn't even have a skewer, but it doesn't matter. The biggest damage dealer is dead right now. As the problem is that the Terrorblade's marching into the base though.
yeah,
Right,
but
SD5.
I gotta say, I mean, Morocco did call GG's. I'm very surprised by that, but that's a few hits coming out. He barely takes anything. He's got 6,000 health. Holy crap! And GG's called again. I guess it was cancelled because it usually should not last that long.
No.
But I mean, yeah, the did you see that? He had 6,000 health on the Undying. Oh, he's got Aghanim Scepter, and he stole 128. Okay, that's kind of crazy. He had 128 strength. Algeria takes game 1.
Yeah, and in absolutely dominating fashion. I gotta say here, by the way, that I love these graphics that we have for the end screen. These are absolutely beautiful.
I agree. I like him too. And we're going to look at where it started. And this is the first meta. Gets a kill on the Snapfire. Then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go get a kill on the freaking Visage as well. Why the hell not? And I gotta say, Visage needs like a very babysitting position to work with him, which he does have, but it's still hard to work. And Marshall almost gets him in the blood right. Could have been a kill. Could have been able to turn it around, but unfortunately for him, this was the first kill of the game. It took a while.
Yeah, for the longest time, they're only one as well.
Hips, you're doing them dirty. You can't say stuff like that. We gotta make it sound like it's close. Did you not get the memo?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, okay, well that's fine.
This is why I don't get hired for things.
You gotta read the caster rule book. It's right there. And we do lose the Snapfire here, and Killer, he has a good time after this. I'm right.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
One of the problems that Morocco has here the most is that their level 6s take so long to come in, right?
But they're so important. Like, you know, RP or Mortimer's Kisses. I'm not sure how much I value Shadow Demon's ultimate, but it's still like you still want it's a good amount of damage, everything.
Yeah, no, and like especially for a Void Spirit or even for a Spirit Breaker, getting purged up like that is actually a pretty big deal. So
I think it removes the bulldoze, right?
Yes, it does.
It does, and that's like a big deal because we saw a couple of these bulldozes last like status effects on bullets like last half a second disruption, whatever it is, and just overall Algeria, they came here to play. They're clearly pissed off about losing that. They want to get the ranking. Apparently, there are some small stakes involved, like in rankings and things like that, like future invites and all that. So you don't want to come in last.
Yep. I'm very clearly saying it here, and I think we're going to get to see like the first RP of the game here from Killer.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Which is it was a good one, which made it a little more sad that this time none of the other cores showed up. Like you can only imagine getting a Blood Right on top of this, getting the Visage to pump out some damage on top of this, and you might actually just kill all 3 of them here.
I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. It just feels like, in general, Morocco. I mean they're not. You know, everyone has to start from somewhere, but they're clearly not quite there yet. You know what I mean? Like. I think one of their players is legend ranked, so there is a big disparity. I haven't checked Algeria's ranking, but yesterday Egypt was like 500 to 1,500 rank, you know, numbered immortal. So they're there, you know, they're that cusp of I'm entering, you know, I'm winning a couple of tier 3s. I'm thinking about opening, you know, joining the DPC Open Qualifier, things like that. But Morocco not really there. The 2 immortals they have are unranked, and they have 2 guys who don't have their rankings public, so I don't even know what they are. So it's tough. It's very tough.
It is tough indeed, and this match was tough as well. I just wish we got to see a couple more full illusion steals from the Shadow Demon.
Yes.
I think he could have focused harder on that, because we could see in that very last fight where he actually gets the illusions from the TB and promptly 2 heroes die. the only equivalent exchange, I think, in the entirety of the game where you just get a proper 2-for-2.
It was, I mean, he shredded him with his own illusions.
Yep.
That was excellent killer. It's like, I think he barely makes that. He was, Paradox was about to make that, but that last Soul Siphon coming out here, getting them the kill. The buyback was also very strange for Morocco, because you often see one guy buying back, two guys have buyback, and two guys are dead. And then the guy who buys back just shows up and gets shredded instantly. So
That was the most RNG bash I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, you don't play a lot of Spirit Breaker, so
No.
you don't really see the skill involved. I'm seeing it like that's a very skilled Spirit Breaker getting that bash. It's not as easy as it looks.
No, I guess that's true. I mean, little RP action at the end here. Shushu very deservedly goes into the fountain. And that is going to be pretty much it for the first game of Morocco versus Algeria here today. And I do want to say that I see some potential here, but they gotta really make it easy on themselves in the next draft. No high execution things. No, like you need damage, you need stuns, you need to draft like this is a pub game basically. Because if you try to out execute these guys, you've already lost basically. Algeria is going to have your number anytime. But for example, if you utilize that Shadow Demon counter a little better, if you have some ways in order to rotate supports to actually get kills on the other side lanes, for example, use that gate a bit more, we could be seeing something out of from Morocco. I would at very least like to see them learn within this series, right?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday game 2 they against Egypt, they played a lot better. And it's not like, they're still miles apart, but you can improve. Like losses aren't just like, oh, we lost and that's. It's like you can learn a lot from it. I don't like the Shadow Demon pick that they've been picking for Croc here. I don't feel like it's giving them much. I like what you're saying about the easier to execute. Like, put in a Jakiro, put in something like an even Omnight for save, like something that either gives you great save or great disables, or like a Silencer. Silencer is super good for just slowing down the enemy aggression. They pick a Spirit, they jumps in, you global silence, you can stop that. But you know what? Kips, that's game 1. And we're going to go for about a 5 to 10 minute break here, guys. We're going to come to you with game 2, Algeria versus Morocco. Hopefully, we have a closer game. But for now, we are just going to take a little break, and we'll be back in just a little bit. So see you guys in a bit.
I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway. But I keep on falling. But I keep on falling.
Blue, the feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Then, against my intentions, I let you turn me violet instead. Summer high, met you in August. New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November. You and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind, as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. with you. At the festival that we met at, where you were just a face in a crowd, and now I can't imagine me with anybody else. As we close out the night underneath the lilac sky, summer high, met you in August, New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November, you and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind, as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. As long as it's with you.
was once just like you. No, I was.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Esports Championships 2023 Africa Regional Qualifiers. Yesterday we saw Egypt continuing to the main stage of the tournament, taking 2-0 against Morocco and 2-1 against Algeria. Today the last BO3 matchup in the Northern Western Africa region, and it's Morocco against Algeria. After the first game, already 1-0 from Algeria side, but still Morocco has a chance to beat it. But they need to advance in the second game. As I hear, the second game is ready also with our caster, Skips and Robin Roll. So it's again up to you guys.
Real fast. I'm not sure I like that actually. Oh, hey, hello. Hey, we're back. Yes, we are. We were just discussing that the draft is nearly done, and yeah, it's there. So welcome back. It's me and Kips bringing you guys the second place match for the northwest of Africa between Algeria as well as Morocco. This match does not determine who goes and represents the region. Already Egypt has done that. They're only representing the region for the IESF in Romania, and the draft is done. Like this is it. Here we go. It's going to be Mars, a killer on the bossy. He played really well that hero yesterday. Alchemist for the carry, Centaur War Chief for Warrunner. Centaur Warrunner as the off laner. Hoodwink and Pudge supports. Position 5 Pudge, so basically a pump. On the other side, you have Darkseer off lane, as well as Paradox on the carry. Shushu being playing the OD mid. We actually talked about OD in game 1, but was not picked. We did, and Warlock as well as Batrider being the supports here. Batrider support has been this very new evolution of the hero. I mean, I like that you get a BKB piercing position 4. He can get some auras, not a whole lot. I mean, you obviously don't want Greaves on the hero, but what do you feel about it? You a fan?
I think it's alright. Like, in general, like, what's really powerful about it is the flexibility, of course, the map control, and the threat, and the fact that somebody might want to actually answer your position 4 pick with a proper full counter pick, which is always nice to have in the draft. That said, not actually answered this time around at all. And in fact, like, we have a carry invoker on our hands. I think both teams really, I mean, that's why the draft went so fast, right? Both teams have really just said like, hey, by the way, you wanna have some fun? Like, you know what? Sure, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, and I like that Marshall went for the Alchemist. Yesterday he went for the Wraith King. Oh, look at that. We have another very nice graphic here. I gotta say,
look,
you know,
look, there's my art over on the name tags. All of the nice geometric line work. No, it's not mine. But that is in fact what I scribble in between games here.
You know, you should do that. You should actually offer your art for some tournaments. Be like, hey, I can make graphics for you. But yeah, if you guys don't know, Kips actually draws like this sort of stuff that you see. And it's really cool, and hopefully she'll post more of it on Twitter.
I will. I might even sell some in the future.
Wow! All right, and a gift for me, much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Sell.
Yes. Well, I mean, I will as a influencer, you know, post on Twitter and say, look what I got for me. Algeria. Oh my God! Look at that. They actually. Oh, whoopsie daisy. The Morocco, they unpaused without realizing that the Batrider was not back. And look at the early game items. I don't. Does Blood Grenade proc with the Q from the Batrider, the sticky napalm? I believe it does, right? And they're in a rush on Morocco's side, by the way. They keep saying ready when Batrider's still DC'd.
Come on. I mean, listen, if you knew that you were going to get your ass kicked, wouldn't you want to get it over faster?
I agree, you know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'm gonna lose. I might as well just let it know. Have you ever been to one of those games where you've lost like from the start and it's like still a 30-minute slugfest of losing? And you're like, could it just be over? I know we've lost. Like,
yeah. I mean, sometimes it really depends on my mood, though. Sometimes I'll just go do random stuff and see what I can get away with. Like, that's one of the things. And sometimes I am that annoying asshole that says, no, guys, we can still win this. We just gotta do this, and this, and we gotta execute it perfectly.
Come on.
Yes, no, that's me. That's me.
I mean, yeah, I know that's great in a coach, but sometimes in a pub you don't want to, especially when it's like, listen, if any of these people were capable of doing any of those things, we would not be in this situation to begin with. You know, we would not be 15k gold behind at 12 minutes with our supports both level 4 and our carry breaking his items. You know, that's no. And actually, we didn't talk much about the draft, but there's some interesting stuff. Like we did say, Marcy mid was Killer's amazing performance. He rushes the Agam Scepter, really looked good. It is going to be up against the OD though, which is not ideal, right? You put the Unleash, you get Astraled, so you aren't able to do too much. Although Unleash is 16 seconds duration. I thought it was like 8. I was like, oh wow, 16. That's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, in general, you are a melee hero up versus an OD, like a melee non-int. It is always going to hurt.
It is. It's not fun at all. I'm interested to see what Crocky can do this patch. Can you imagine they're like in this, you know, they lost 3 games in a row, all of them with stomps, and they're like, you know what, baby, bring out the chunky one, bring out Budka. He's gonna be the one.
Boy.
Yeah, all he needs to do is hook them.
Smoke
on the other
hot.
side.
And I find Paradox.
Oh, this could be a good one. The stun should
definitely.
land. This is the best situation that Morocco has been in the entire tournament. They get a kill for a split, it goes to their carry. This is like the best situation they've ever been in the entire tournament. Amazing, actually.
The biggest lead.
The biggest lead by far.
I'm so sorry, Morocco.
Why? You know, us stating facts is nothing to apologize for.
Hey, you were telling me to look at the handbook like 10 minutes ago.
What? Did we do something bad? We did the right thing. And oh, Bat Rider, he does Firefly out himself out of there. Okay, he's gonna be okay. I'd see sometimes supports Bat Riders take the Flame Break early on, so I wonder if he wanted to take Firefly or not. Either way, I'm not really. I think the hero is still flexible enough that it's not gonna make too much of a difference. Bounty runes, 2 coming out for Morocco, 1 for Algeria. And will they be able to get the third one here for them? Yeah, it seems like it's just there. It's the River Ruin. No one's taking it. All of them are just like, yeah, let's you know.
And interesting as well, we have Paradox going towards the mid lane, so the carry player on his Invoker is currently over in the mid lane. And that means that Shushu on the OD is going to be top, which is... I mean, Marcy would have been sure to suffer versus the OD, but I think it's even worse for the Centaur.
It's true. But to be fair though, I like what Ecorgio is doing. He's going straight up Vanguard first item. Yesterday he played, I forgot which offlaner it was. I think it was Doom. I'm not sure it was Doom or something else. He went for first item Arcane Boots rather than the Vanguard, and he really just got he suffered so much for that choice. So I'm glad to see, like, as we said, the teams are learning. Maybe they're watching the broadcast right now and being like, you know what? These 2 idiots, they make a point occasionally.
Yeah, can you imagine that if you're listening to us, and you have to admit that sometimes, you know, maybe it's a good idea. You know, with the Astral Imprisonment spent, though, Spy is he's looking pretty dead here.
He is. It takes a lot of damage. He does lose his life in the end.
1K advantage Morocco.
This is wild, I gotta say. Like, this is absolutely crazy that's happening. Marshall's also getting decent CS, even though it's under tower. Everything's coming out. Morocco's is very impressive so far.
Yeah. Crocky is going to use the Twin Gates. No, not to teleport to top quite yet, but he's keeping an eye on these 2 backlaners that have been harassing him so far. And it's... If you're a Marshal here, you're completely fine with this situation because you're an Alchemist and they're not bothering you in the lane.
Did you see that? They put Crocky in this weird place. He got, like, I'm not sure if... I don't know if you can see my ping. Can you see it?
No, but I know where he is. No, I can't see your pings.
Yeah, it's like right under, you know, between the Twin Gate and that little steps, and he just got caught right in. But he manages to TP out, and he is going to be fine. In terms of CS, we are seeing the Centaur suffer a lot. He just tripled it, went from 1 to 3, but he is still not getting the CS that you want.
Absolutely not, and it's just not going to improve. Again, melee strength hero versus the OD. You can always be astraled whenever the OD wants anything, and you're going to be.
Crocky, he's in this. He's smoked up. He's here for the big hook. Crocky, can you catch Paradox? Paradox, he is giving him not a hard target, but not like the easiest target in the world. And I think they see him. Yeah, his smoke breaks. He is standing next to the ward. Crocky, I don't think he's going to be landing that hook.
No, and you could see by Paradox's movement that he saw Crocky is enough of a Pudge player to realize when he's been spotted, but still he's now out of sight, and that means his threat is still continuing over on this mid lane.
Did you ever play a whole lot of Pudge? Were you ever like a big Pudge spammer, or you?
Oh no,
like?
but I played
No?
with a big Pudge spammer
I mean, who hasn't?
used to really suck at the game, and then he just spammed Pudge a lot and actually got really good at anticipating people. He was quite good by the time we finished playing together.
And that Fatal Bonds gets the kill on the Hoodwink. Croc gets about to, and I think it's fine. I don't think you care too much as long as if Centaur gets a Vanguard, I think you can just go jungle, and legitimately there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like you're not gonna be doing too well in the lane. You might as well just go have him jungle. He already has the Ring of Health. He's got the double Ring of Protection, which doesn't really help you too much when you think about the top lane. It's all magic
No.
damage.
No,
This
which
could be another kill. Could be another kill. This could
nice.
be it. And they do. They get it. It's another valuable kill. And look at Marshall, 18 CS on the Alchemist. First blood, face boots finished. One thing you have to worry about is that you are up against the Darkseer, so you know your Alchemist getting that early radius is not the best thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like you farm faster, but the what's it called again? The wall? Yeah, the wall's
Yeah, the wall of
not
Replica.
great.
No,
I
it's
said
not,
back-
which is kind of what makes me wonder why Marshall is looking for the Radiance here instead of committing himself towards the Battle Fury. As
gonna
I
lose
also
his
think
life.
Murder is going to be committed on his ass here. Yeah, he looks dead.
Let's see, Pudge is TPing in. He just started his TP, so there's no way he's gonna. I mean,
He's not
there's
in time.
really, he's not gonna make it in time. However, let's see, Flame Break is almost done, but you have two. You have an Ion Shell on top of level 2. Yeah, very hard for me to imagine he's gonna making out.
Marshall's dead.
He is
And
dead.
this is what Crocky is doing here is what we in CDUP call a nervous TP, where you're TPing because you feel like you should have been there.
Yes, that's well said. You know, it's like, listen, man, I'm sorry, I'm not there. I wasn't there before, but I'll be there now. To
Yeah,
bury
like
you, you
my
know?
my intention was to be there, and I'm showing that by
By me coming
still
late.
showing up, even though neither of us benefits from that whatsoever, and in fact, it makes our problems worse. So, as far as I'm concerned, he should be canceling here, and then we pretend like nothing happened.
No, I don't know. He is not gonna cancel. He's not gonna cancel. He is gonna make it, and he does. But it makes no difference. Can he actually do something with it though? Oh, if he could have gone that hook on Mir One. Mir doesn't actually have a search. Oh, he gets the hook. He gets the hook. He's a big boy. He's the surge just hits level 4. I did actually use the blood grenade. I think he could have actually killed the Batrider if he used the blood grenade. I know that we're not even talking about what's happening on screen, which is the top lane, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's action on two parts of the map, and now they can see one and hear the other.
Oh, they do get him. Marshall gets the kill, so well worth it. This is, again, Morocco. They are playing as best as we've seen them so far. Honestly, like this is the best performance so far. And Urkojo is getting really close to the Vanguard. Nice Bushwhack coming out from the Hoodwink. He's got boots and Blightstone. This is a very minimalist item build, we call it, in the
Minimalist,
trenches.
yes. Almost abstract, if you will.
I like the boots radiance rush necrophoss. Like, there you go.
That is minimalist. That is art.
I mean, it's something. It's art, but if you can make it work. But in the meantime, looks like Darkseer finishes the Vanguard, so he was basically unkillable before, but now he's mega unkillable.
Mid lane, I think that's the end of Killer. Yeah.
He does lose his life. He gets dove on by the Batrider +1. And I think we might be seeing the double Hand of Midas coming out. Looks like the AOD is queuing it up. He's very close to it. And Paradox also puts it in his shopping list. He's a grand... Oh,
No, he is a Grandmaster Invoker, in fact. I do agree that's always a little scary to see. The Grand Magus. Doesn't have the big cosmetics for it, though. Anyway, like Double Midas is the Midas is a standard build-up for both of them, but if this was like a proper pro match between two evenly matched teams, I'd say that's an absolute throw here.
Yep.
Because you're going to be looking at a double Midas, taking your time, not coming online early enough to do anything whatsoever, versus the Alchemist, who is having a whale of a time so far, and will hit his power spike exactly when you're not quite ready yet because you both bought a Midas.
Yep, and it's not like, and the other heroes like Marcy, we know that we've seen Killer. I mean, I've seen Killer, sorry, be very active, do a lot of work for his team. He goes for Power Treads instead of Phase Boots on the hero. And, oh, okay, all right. Looks like we might be getting a rumble in the mid lane here. Kips, what's happening?
I was eating a carrot.
That is my fault. That is my bad.
Yes.
That's my bad. I put you on the spot. I'm sorry. You know, the production will be like, no, Kips, it's not your fault. Otomo, you know, you are not doing the finals of this tournament. So I was like, well, I'm sorry. In the meantime, though, yeah, they do get a kill in the mid lane here. It's not.
Shushu's gonna die on top, I think.
That could be a really big deal if you can get it. Remember, he just got the Hand of Midas, so he is looking to farm up. And Shushu, you came to the wrong neighborhood, girl, and he is, and well, she loses her life. 500 gold going in favor of Morocco, and again Morocco looking solid. The win percentage is still 70% on Algeria's side, which I think is a little much. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't seem like it should be 60%.
It always favors late game, right? That's just the way it is, and I guess it also favors the side with the more imba heroes, and you have a couple of the classics of right now, especially the Darkseer and the Batrider over on Algeria. But it does seem a little rough, actually. Yeah.
By the way, I just realized Marcy is a universal hero with 4.7 damage gain per level.
Yes.
And power treads maybe not that bad on the hero now. I guess. I mean, obviously if it was universal, not still solid, but top lane, Incursion. I don't know if you want to dance with the devil here, and it looks like he might be getting burned very soon for his troubles. Curcio looking like he's going to be losing his life, and Hoodwink, yeah, he's going to be losing his life as well. So that's a double kill coming out for Algeria, and they lose nothing in the meantime.
Yeah, but in fact, they might get Killer. No, he's actually pretty darn tanky, and oh, that was so close. I love that Crocky just man fights everybody.
I did not see what was happening there, and Killer, he's trying to use the sidekick to get some health going, but Killer, he doesn't even get another kill. And Curcio, dude, get level 6 for the love of all that is holy in this world. Shows up mid, does not have the stampede, and I think he... No, they decide diving tier 2, a bit too risky. Budka is on the way. Crocky, can you land a hook here on anyone? Long ass TP, and oh, the sharpshooter misses. Rocky, you can see the enemy, but can you catch them with your... Are you the hooker that we all think you are? And the hook does come out. Beautiful. It is really good hook. As well as the acorn shot gets the kill. And Stampede, well, by the way, still not online. The Hoodwink's level almost 7, and the Centaur's not even level 6 yet.
Yeah.
And he's just playing with them.
The way that happened is actually because Mortadito got a kill on Paradox in the backlines there. So yeah, that's popping level 7 right now. Still no 6 for Incursion. Because that Hoodwink got most of the XP for the Invoker kill. Which, Invoker always an overleveled hero. Feels good. And the thing with Hoodwink is that she's a beautifully good reactive hero, right? Which is going to be very powerful in the game where you know they're going to be running at you, and they're running at your mid laner right now. In fact, Killer just cannot catch a break. Dead again. Mid tower soon to fall. Crocky is gonna look for the deny here as soon as the cliff is over.
A bit tough to pull it off with the Putka. He wants the hook. He's like, come on. Oh, there you go. There you go. Tornado comes out. Can they catch Paradox? Unfortunately, they can't. And they do drop the detection right after. But oh, the hook. Oh, you stupid creep. You deserve to die. You know what I mean? It's like when the creep gets into your way and you hook it and die. Yeah, like you deserve it. That's on you. But only a 1,000 gold advantage for Algeria. This is
what? You're gonna get more one here.
They do, dude. I'm telling you, I mean, Morocco. I don't know what breakfast they had in between this game, but it's a good one.
Sometimes you just really first need to let go of that need to win and to do everything perfectly and to stick to your plans. Sometimes you just need to let go and play Dota, because like your brain knows how to play Dota. You've done it for thousands upon thousands of hours, and all you need to do sometimes is just let it go.
I know, right? Have you ever been like, when you're going like a bad match, you're like, I'm muting you guys. Let's not talk so much. You're like, hey, we're playing better. That's it. But and the Alchemist, he does get the Radiance. 11 minutes, very solid timing. He's got what, 2 kills, 2 assists, one death to his name. Not bad. Like not a bad performance at all so far. And overall, like Morocco. Easily best performance so far. Marshall might need to be careful. There is a lasso on that Bat Rider. He get the ulti out. He does get it in time. And he does have the stun lining up here. Where are you going to go? Oh my lord. Is he going to be able to turn this around and get the kill? It's going to be close. That's not enough.
Well, Crocky is here. Dominating streak, by the way. Call this man Kataomi.
Why weren't they picking it before? Why were they giving him freaking Shadow Demon when you have the hooker of the East over here doing work? They're gonna go for the Golem pretty fast, dismembering it. That's some hate.
It is, but it's worth a really nice chunk of monies.
It is worth. What was it? 100 gold?
Yeah.
That's nice, I guess. Alchemist though, dying right after you get your Radiance, that's pretty tough. He got like 11:30, and now it's like almost 30 minutes and he hasn't been able to farm with it at all. So a bit of a tough situation. Crocky misses another hook right now. Crucial going back to... Whoa!
Paradox.
That is very impressive. And Paradox level 10, by the way, he's got 5 points in Exhort, so those Sunstrikes, they hurt. And that Hand of Maya is coming. Shushu, level 11 on the OD. Still Alchemist top of the net worth, but this space is not coming for free.
No, it's not. And the real problem is that, of course, none of the other cores over on the side of Morocco are going to be able to be even close to keeping up with the farm of any of those heroes on the top of the list.
Oh, killer! It might be proving you wrong here. Do we have? There he gets the kill, and Noob is gone. Killer, they want to go for more. What a hook again! Rocky, well played. And Mirwan's like, he walks in, but it's like, do you really want to go in? And they get the jump on here. Can they get a kill on Paradox? Would be really good, but
I doubt it.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate here. Crocky, he might be able to get the hook there. They have vision, they have wards there, and look at that. Paradox instantly figures out that there's a ward in the area. He's like, Crocky wouldn't be here unless he's got vision.
Yeah, Crocky unfortunately really shouldn't have shown that because he's behind. Yeah.
I was meant to have this.
That is a bit of a shame, and now he's going to get hunted by Marwan. I can't believe, by the way, that it took me casting with you to realize that his name is Marwan and not Marwan. Like,
I get it. Marwan, right? Like the Arabic name Marwan, not
yeah,
Marwan.
But like, I'm from the Netherlands. I went to school with several Marwans.
Yes. No, me when I saw it, I'm like, that's the. I have a cousin named Marwan. I'm like, that seems like who doesn't? You know, every Arab has a cousin whose name is Muhammad, Marwan, Ahmed. There's like the classic. OD, by the way, has the Aghanims upgrade. Crocky. Wait, it comes in Astral. Can't get. All right, that's solid. That's solid. Looking decent. Can we make the escape?
So the Aghanims on OD right now, like a lot of people associate this still with the with the double astral, right? But that is really not the case anymore. Instead, we have, I want to say that it's like a quality of life kind of thing for OD, where, well, this is not quality of life, this is
bad quality, very bad quality.
It's a very high quality kill for Morocco, though. It takes them a little bit longer than they would have liked, but they got him in so deep that nobody on Algeria could really help out. And
he's running. He's like, I'm gonna get the
another hook. Look at the man.
The man is on fire. The man is on fire. I don't care what you say. The man is on fire, and they are gonna be able to get him. And can they go for more here? It looks like Marshall is not lining up the stun just yet. He's gonna be start charging it up right now.
That's gonna happen.
My cousin doing another great play here, but looks like we might be losing the Hoodwink. Not a tanky here at all, but
another
hood. This man is.
I don't think they have the damage. I'm so scared. No, they do.
No, they got it. They got it.
Nice.
They got it. Can they go for more? Crocky might be losing his life here. He is quite durable. 10 flesh heap stacks, but yeah, he's gonna be losing his life in the end. And
It's fine.
I mean,
yes.
yeah, this is wild. Whimpers. You first. You first.
No, like really, what this is all about here is we just wanted to see Morocco defend their honor. This was about honor, and I think this game has just managed that. Like,
Right? Like, no matter what you can say, I mean, Morocco have this performance. I mean, they win or lose, they are playing out of their minds in this game too. And
They are.
MVP has to go sorry, Crocky.
Yes.
And now on the Pudge, he is absolutely destroying it here. And now he's putting more points in the hook, so we are going to see more of them come out. Killer mid lane. But I thought the Astral Imprisonment was the double, the Aghanim Scepter. I was like, oh, there it goes, the double. Oh, mid lane. They get it. They need this.
Yes.
One more hit. They get it. Wild Shushu overestimating his damage, loses his life for it. And Killer, well, he's going to be falling, but that is fine. And what a nice combination here, using a Stampede to overcome the upheaval, but it's not really going to do too much. So it's 2 for 2 right now. The core and the support for each side falling. Marshall, very low health, needs to be careful.
it's alright. He's got his ult. He's back out again. All right, back into the jungle. Got almost 3k gold in his pocket. Actually, wondering what he's going to. He's going to be shopping with that.
BKB, right? What else could it really be? As what I'm thinking.
It should be, but you know they're playing this game for fun. Maybe he's just going straight into Abyssal. Who knows?
I mean, there's Lasso.
Eddie, you just bought a Reaver, dude.
The dude is maybe it's overwhelming blink, right? No, it's got heart queued up. I'm not sure. I love the heart. I would prefer the overwhelming blink. Yeah, he's got hearts.
No. Not
He's
heart.
got heart. He's got heart. It's heart. I'm telling you, it's heart. It's coming out. And
Yeah.
in the meanwhile, Crocky, he goes for another Incursio, gets the stun. This looks like a kill. Crocky probably losing his life, but well worth it. And the Golem is being used. Incursio does not have the Stampede, so he's just going to be losing his life. And kind of worth it that you were able to get the kill on the Bad Rider, but losing the Centaur afterwards, not ideal. Although Centaur, again, he's just not having a game. Incursio has been suffering.
Centaur has lower net worth. It's fine.
He is. And Philosopher's Stone on the MVP. Great item. He's already got the shard queued up. Interesting. Do they not think they're gonna get the Tormentor? Because you might be able to just get it from there.
It's also that's the first hook we've seen
there
missing
we
a
go.
while, but Killer still goes in.
Oh, and yeah, there's gonna be a kill. There's nothing that Volk can do. He's gonna lose Crocky, losing his life as well, almost. Although the failed bonds could get the kill on him. He's really low health. And as with the failed bond, who's the ones who are stuck with? And do you see that? The DC comes out. Algeria is like, listen, guys, this is turning into a game.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
it is. I want to shout out Incursio here as well for the play that he just made, because he knows that Shushu has already, he has phenomenal positioning. There's nothing you can actually do to displace him, but what you can do is disable him and just immediately get out of dodge again. And they've now vacated the entire area around him. So if his team wants to chase more, they can do so via the right-hand side. And they can still look for spy. They can still look to see if, there's anybody on the flank. Of course, there isn't. Newbie Show isn't even close to the fight. But they're in a very good position to disengage or even re-engage if, say, Marwan wants to come back down that ramp. So
Scary though, right? I mean, it's 2 versus 4. Marshall can also TP in, and the Golem's gonna be killed. Killer needs to be careful. He is upheavaled. Sorry, not fatal bonded. Sorry, is the word. With the Pudge, so it needs to be. That's a little scary. You don't want to kill your most valuable player by accident. And did you ever see that thing where they crash, or we don't know? Did you ever see that video where a Underlord gets fail bond to his whole team, takes a lot of damage, uses the cheese, and he just makes sure they all die? That's always one of my favorite clips.
Oh no, I haven't seen that, but if you ever come across that, I do want to see that again. Like that sounds pretty good.
I'll think about it. And oh wow, they resume before he comes back. I'm telling you, there is. Oh, actually, disconnects right as they unpause. So, not really their fault. Not really their fault.
No, that was not him pausing. That was just him literally dropping again.
And yeah, let's see any items we can look into. Oh yeah, that's good. Like we have it right there. Philosopher's Stone on Crocky. Pupil's Gift on the Mars. I need to. What does that do if it goes to Universal Hero? Is it like 10 to all stats instead of
Half.
about
To
half
all
the values?
attributes.
So what's that? 7, 8?
Yeah, 7.5.
I mean, but what's a half? That doesn't seem like it should be
That's when, you know,
like the,
you have
oh,
one app. I love the dung beetle, by the way.
I love it so much. It's the best. And Killer, he's probably not loving it. He's he may be feeling like a dung beetle right now with this damage coming out from. Doesn't feel good. He does lose his life. Crocky at least doesn't die from the failed bond, although it expired a while ago, so it doesn't matter. What do you feel about people doing damage and people maxing it out? I really like that as well.
Interesting. I just feel like you're investing a lot into something that gets countered by an item that gets bought really often, which is the Boots of Bearing. Like the bongo boots are a big deal right now, and there's a bunch of heroes who just have it in their direct build-up. Here's like
true.
this is something I just don't like about the heart, right? You didn't get a BKB, so you're not actually immune to any like counter ganks here, but it also didn't contribute to your damage at all, so or to your disable. So now you're just chasing.
Am I
back
getting
up.
killed? Yeah, it's, I agree with you. I mean, you do get some damage because you're a strength hero. You get like 40 damage, which is, like, yeah. I mean, it is. It's that. Yeah, we gotta give it something. We want bottom lane though. Crocky gets the hook off. He gets the dismember. Marwan taking some damage. He's silenced, but he's gonna be able. Killer. He does. He's got the Agam Center, so he's getting all these silences coming out when he attacks people, and this could be a nice double kill for them if they can get it. Oh, it's so close, Marwan. One more hit. Beautiful vacuum on 3. And Marwan, how are you still alive? Shushu with the huge damage barrier. And Marwan does lose his life in the end. Nice save with the Croc with the hook. So you are able to bring down the Darkseer. They only lose their support for it. Well worth it. And Curzio also makes that alive. So overall, another successful fight for Morocco.
Yep, and the nicest thing about that, I think, is the fact that they don't overextend it. It's like, oh man, we were so close to getting the OD. They're like, no, we're out of juice. We got a kill. We are done. Sometimes it's just that simple. They're not, you know, white knuckling it like, he needs to die now because we were so close. That's tilt right there, and they're not feeling any of that right now.
Your impression of Dota players is awesome. I would like that to be my ringtone, if possible. Let's see, what are we working with the Marcy? There's a shield ruin right there. You really don't want to give that to the OD if possible. He's already got that. So yeah, the new Agam Scepter is that you get a shield worth half your mana, and you can only use that once every minute, from what I can tell. Doesn't seem like it has a cooldown. Oh no, it's only it procs when you have less than 20% health, so you can't activate it.
It's one of the reasons why I live there. Took off silence from him as well. I'm just I can't get over this heart, man.
You gotta. I mean, he's also, he makes an illusion top lane. He might be like, man, I wish I had a BKB right about now. In the meantime, the stun comes out.
Very ineffective wall.
That is a late. Well, it already made the copy of the Alchemist, so you already have the Alchemist guy doing work. And Hoodwink loses her life again. I mean, I say again, 6 and 5 Crocky. This is not where you want to be. And while he can take multiple instances of small damage, those big hammer hits by Shushu, they're painful.
They are phenomenally painful, especially because that's pure damage. There's absolutely nothing to do about it.
I'm very surprised by the fact that no one on Morocco's side wants a BKB. Everyone's like, you know what we should do? More damage. And Curzio, he is feeling the pain right now. He needs... I wonder if he needs a pipe. You know, it feels like there's a lot of magic damage from the enemy side. A pipe might be helpful for you.
Yes, I do agree. But you know, he's got the Crimson card. He's contributing. There's a bunch of right clicks coming in, though not that much. The pipe would have definitely been better.
Lane. Yep, that's not Killer. Yeah, living up to his name. He can get the job done. 6, 5, and 6, and with that blink dagger, able to just jump on people. I mean, this guy he plays a phenomenal Marcy, and we are still less than a 2,000 gold advantage. Yes, Morocco has an Alchemist, so some of their gold is inflated, so it's probably more, but still very solid.
Yep, very solid performance indeed. I'm just I'm looking at this Marcy, and I mean, she's an up and comer, right?
Hook, and he gets the hook on Shushu. But Shushu gets surged away, and it's not gonna give them anything. Needs to be careful though. There's wall. There's the hammer. There is the roll of replica. Sorry, the golem as well. So you're Morocco. Not really ideal to take the fight. Alchemist as the ultimate. He needs to use it. There's immediately stampede away. Yep, there you go. They don't take any chances. Clever. The hook.
Look at the high ground.
What a good one. And there's nothing you can do about Paradox. Dude, he is just overconfident. They're overconfident on their side. Killer is showing up here. The silence is fantastic to make sure the Dogs get the surge up. Golem comes out. And are they ever going to be able to get the kill? And Crucio does die to the hammer. And throughout this whole time, Shushu just on this high ground. Just
absolutely unbothered.
Yep, completely doing so much damage. Gets a triple kill. Marshall does get a kill on the Warlock, which is nice. But I do feel like if they had Algeria, considering what happened, they walk away very happy.
They are, yeah, and I think that was a little over-eager from the Marcy, jumping in onto the low ground there instead of taking up a position on the high ground, but she just can't reach that far, right? Which is also just good positioning on Algeria's part. Still though, that was a wall of replica, once again used on your Alchemist as well, and you got out with a decently equal trade, and your Alch got out. It could have been worse.
But you went for an Aghanim's shard before going for the Blink Dagger. I mean, Crocky is God, of course, and no one should ever flame him. But I wonder if that was the bet play, right? Like, oh, killer, he's going for it. Gets the dispose, gets the damage. All right, there we go. The silences are real. This is the shield of all shields, the mother of all shields, and they get the kill in the end. Holy moly! In the meantime, they also get the Bat Rider. I mean,
Paradox is dying.
Yeah, could this be an actual victory for Morocco here? Crocky. I mean, they get a kill on Paradox. That's 2 cores dead, and Morocco for the second time in the game have the net worth advantage since they got first blood, which was roughly 3 minutes in. They had the first blood, but now they have it again.
They had into the laning stage just a little bit as well. I mean, the problem here is, of course, that they don't have a lot to deal with the illusions from the Darks here. Like, eventually, of course, you're going to get some hexes and stuff.
Crocky, he be crocking. He crocking.
Yeah.
He's doing the stuff. He is
good.
He's got that flesh heap. He's got 17 charges on it. He's got 29 strength coming out. Well, the spy does realize that there's a ward there, so he's like, guys, don't get caught like I get caught, but still well worth it. I mean, he'll take it.
Absolutely, and that's once again action on the enemy side of the map, solidifying that tiny little gold lead just a little bit. But the really important thing for me here is that the Marcy is flying in a BKB right now. Like, that's where we are at, and Marshall is going to have that very soon as well.
Yep, he's also got the Assault Cuirass on top. Like, Morocco is approaching the stage where it's like Algeria. If you keep underestimating them, they're gonna potentially take the game. I'm always gonna say take it, but it's very potentially they can take it.
But double BKB on 2 heavy hitter melee heroes with blink daggers versus 2 heroes that rely purely on their magic DPS to do their damage output. Both the Invoker and the OD are entering a very dangerous part of the game right now.
I think that surprises me that Centaur has a Defiant Shell. I mean, I can imagine that you want to take the one that gives you the 300 damage block, the one that gives you a Titan Sliver. Oh wow, Noob just
Titan Sliver.
I mean, obviously we don't know what he was going. Alright, killer! Oh, did not go for the the alpha male move instead, and decides what is he trying to do here? It doesn't seem like he's quite
just buying time.
Sure he's buying time for the team for sure, and they might be able to kill on Marwan. They do. And that's 2 people down here. It's a 5 versus 3 fight. Not exactly the hook you wanted.
I think that might be reset. The problem is that both BKBs are down and Shushu and Paradox are in the back lines.
May not be. They might be able to get a kill on Paradox. Sorry, on Shushu. The shield does proc at the end. It gets him a nice double kill for the team. He's just going to be able to clean house now. A little bit unfortunate. They bit off way more than they can chew. They should have been happy with just the double kill that they got. Marshall, he is quite hard to bring down. He does have a heart, ladies and gentlemen. So, not the easiest person to, and he is really making them work for it. Meanwhile, while though the Hoodwink does lose her life, Paradox does not have much mana, so doesn't have a whole lot to slow him with, and yep, just blinks out. Marshall, very lucky in that situation. And check it out, the Darkster also goes for the Defiant Shell. Is this item better than I thought? I also thought it's kind of rubbish.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but at the same time, most of the damage on the enemy side is physical, right? I don't think it's about the counter-strike so much as it's literally just about the ridiculous
7
amount of
armor.
armor that you get for free. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. And that was like why everyone would take Blast Rig, I suppose. Like, they gave so much. Nope, he is probably losing his life. So at least Morocco, they come back, come straight back into the fight. And this ages 3 minutes and a half. One thing both teams kind of suffer from is tower damage, right? I don't look at any other. It's like Centaur with Retaliate is kind of decent. You have Assault QS on the Alchemist, which helps, but in general, you're not looking at big tower hitters from either side. Oi!
No, you don't.
Mirwan took the Wisdom Ruin, and Spy's taking the other one. Oi! That's pretty bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, especially because that is around the level 15.
Wait, that's. Oh, I mean, Crocky is level 16.
I was about to
know?
say, actually, like, normally that would be pretty bad, but actually now that I checked them, like, oh, actually they kind of needed it because both of the supports that were on the Moroccan side are already level 15. Nice for them.
Alright, Kips, I'm gonna blow your mind, alright?
Alright, hit me.
You've seen OD with Hand of Midas. You've seen Invoker with Hand of Midas, but have you seen Batrider position 4 with Hand of Midas? Because we haven't.
Yeah, well, okay, I've seen it now, but that is pretty weird. And just saying, okay, we're just going to scale deeper then, because our Batrider needs to overhaul his entire item build, I guess, since we can't win in time.
And he's also got the Agam Scepter, so... okay,
she's in the
Crocky
middle
jumps
of
in. Yeah, he just goes in, and then we'll be able to go for... we haven't actually seen the last one come out, and we just lose the Warlock. Buys back, Dark's here, Mirwan is here, and Vacuum on nothing. I think that it was the same time as the Tornado, so we have miscommunication. Can we get a lasso? No, we don't. The Golem comes out, but the Golem just melts in milliseconds here. And Algeria, you guys... It's time to be scared. It's time to actually be like, we could lose this game. Shusha jumps in and curse you. Oh, that's it. Well done with the Sunstrike. But still a victory for Morocco, I'd say, getting 2 for 1, forcing a buyback. It is on support. You do get a kill on the core, but I'm still pulling it as a win for Morocco, unless they can get more here from Algeria's side. It looks like they want to get more. Yeah, they do. Damn. Do you see
Morocco
that?
could have done that a little better though, because the Marcy didn't actually pop her BKB before going in, so she still got normal punched by Mirwan, which was unnecessary. And I think that eventually enables him to get out as well. And then, as good as that initiation was, right, I do think that you have to find a way to, instead of putting your second layer of initiation onto the first target as well to bring him down, you need the second layer of initiation to already be on the backliner. So you might actually need to skip whoever you jumped first on. All you need to do is get the Invoker and the OD to reveal themselves in order to get to them. Because we've seen several fights now where it looks like there's a good jump from Morocco, but they don't actually get to win the fight overall because the DPS of Algeria is on that backline and they are never under threat because the BKBs are fully spent by the time they get to him.
Agreed. It's like you gotta get. I feel like Shusha is the biggest threat. I don't think Paradox is as scary. And if Shusha's alive, he's always going to be doing so. And he's. Oh god, we've seen this Batrider die so many times. But Paradox, he is going to go for Marshall. Marshall hits level 25, gets the Stampede buff coming out, but besides, it's not worth it and goes back to time. He's actually went for the Swift Blink rather than Overwhelming Blink. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't think it makes too much of a difference either way. Alright, he is going for Agam Scepter. And I gotta say, I'm not sure who you give it to. Marcy has it. I don't think Centaur's Aghanims is good this game. I don't think that the Pudge or the Hoodwink's Aghanims are that amazing either. So it's very surprising that he wants to go for the Aghanim Scepter. Nice save here. Killer jumps in. Can't dispose though. So doesn't use the BKB, just uses the Unleash. It's not too bad. It's relatively low cooldown. Oh, disconnect comes out and cures you. Oh.
Will we hitch a ride?
I mean, what is there? What is the value of this Aghanim Scepter on the Alchemist? I don't get it. Like, I mean, maybe Pudge. I feel like Pudge is Rot is decent, but he's a support pod. He doesn't feel like he's really in the front lines, you know, like doing work for the team. And oftentimes he's just hooking and sort of like going back, snipering it, basically. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hoodwink's decoy is a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
It's
really
like-
not feeling.
Utility, and you get more damage out of it as well. Like, if I have to give a serious answer, Hoodwink is my serious answer, but for fun, it should be Hitch a Ride. What you do is either Crocky or Killer goes in first, gets their reactions, and then you pop the Stampede, and you run your Alchemist in there on the back of the card with Incurgio, straight at Shushu.
Yeah.
That's the play.
Have you been hitting the? I mean, I they told us we can't come. We gotta come here sober. You know what I mean? And I'm like that because that's what it sounds like to me. I'm like, we're gonna have to do this. Maybe Morocco's the one who's going like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Sleep deprivation is a powerful drug, my dude.
It is actually. There's a Netflix show called Awake the Game. We have people awake for 24 hours, then they actually have to do tasks. I haven't actually seen it, but I've heard, you know, because I heard the reviews aren't amazing. But that sounds like a crazy thing, staying awake for 24 hours. Which is, I'm sure some people are like, yeah, 24 hours is nothing, bro. But,
It's not nothing, but I've I think I've made like 39 in the past, and that's where you're. It's like being drunk. I think there's actually research that shows that staying up for long enough, being sleep impaired, is the same as having a certain alcohol level as far as impairment goes. It is actually very dangerous to drive while you haven't had enough sleep, for example. It's the same as driving while drunk.
Hey, I actually fell asleep while driving. And, you know, I never thought that's a story. I fell asleep and I hit the car in front of me. So, I remember we had just this really long day at university. We had to build a hammer. And it was like this really physical work, and you had to do it. And obviously we're waking up super early as it is because it's university, and I'm going home really late. And I just fell asleep and I hit the car in front of me. And luckily, I didn't go to the other side of the road. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because
That's
actually,
one of the things that happens when people are asleep. They drift into oncoming traffic. Dude, you could have been dead.
I know, and I actually sometimes I have nightmares about it. I wake up and I wake up in my car. I'm pressing the brakes and it doesn't work. It's scary. It's scary sometimes when you think. It's very terrifying when you what's it called, the PTSD of things like this.
Yeah.
And what actually happens? When I actually happen, I'm like, oh my god, do I have money to pay for this guy's car damage? Because that's the first thing that comes to your. Then you know, a little while later, you're like, I could have died. You know, I could have.
That is probably, if there's the whole alternate universe thing, so where the chances are in 100% of these universes you would be dead, or only at 50%. I think there was a significant narrowing in the number of infinite Otomos out there.
Yes.
In that moment.
There were a few situations where I would have died the maiden right then and there, basically. Meanwhile,
You're one of the lucky ones.
Yes. And well, looks like we're back in. And where do they want to go in? It's really weird after a team unpauses, because then it's like, wait, were we gonna fight? Were we not gonna fight?
I thought I was asleep in a car after a long day of university. What's happening?
It's not funny, alright? I could have died. You're hurting my feelings, Kips. Come on, be serious.
No, I was imagining being tired asleep in a car.
Hey, you know what's cool? We actually have the team's GPM and XPM listed. Oh, well, they're moving. Mirwan's like, I'm going in, but decides not to. This is very close in both gold and experience across both teams. They would like to start a fight, and they just blow up the Hoodwink. But then again, is the Hoodwink really the biggest thing you want to blow up? You know what I mean? Like, Shushu used her ultimate for that.
And Bat Rider on the high ground.
Yes, the lasso off, getting the kill on Crocky though. That is a big deal because suddenly that hook is a legitimate factor in defending your base. You know, you go in and you can stop that. I have a question. Is there a sword icon with 866 next to it? Do you know what that means?
A sword icon with 866 next
You see
to
it? It's you can see it in the stream. It's like it's between the KDA and the GPM. Oh, I guess that's creep kills, right? That must be creep kills.
Yeah, that's probably the CS.
But
But one team also has 38 and 27. I don't know. That one's weird. There's the team KDA. I'm just wondering what that sword icon means. Maybe production will tell us while we're wasting time like this.
I'm pretty sure it's CS synchronized.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. I was like, I didn't realize. The last of this come out, it's finally catches 2 people. This is an absolute bloodbath right now. Yeah, they are forced to use the buybacks here, but he's going for Shusha, but Shusha procs the shield, and it is a strong ass shield. And can he actually get the stun off? I'm thinking that he's gonna actually just banish it. Like, yeah, he doesn't get it off. Marshall is 1 versus 3, and he just takes so many hits from the OD. My god, OD just did all the damage in that situation. Unfortunately, Marshall does not have the buyback because he did not save up for it. He went for the Abyssal instead.
They were so split up during that fight as well. I think that you have a bunch of damage there if you can just focus fire, but instead we have Marshall going all the way out there trying to keep the rest of the DPSs off of his team. But the problem is that he is also the damage of his team, so without him being near the initiators of the enemy side, they can't actually bring those down and lose several of their supports. That normal punch is such a nuisance.
I mean, it is it's really fun to watch. I like it a lot.
It is. I love it as an ability.
It's just so cool. You see, like, you always see Dark Seers surging in, blinking right next to him, punch him, and he just sends him to the netherworlds. I was gonna say Netherlands for some reason. I'm not sure why. But it said anyway. It sends him really far away. Oh, this Incursio takes the triple meatballs, but he's just gonna be fine. Paradox has not really had the impact this game that I expected. I mean, he's what, 5, 6? Get them up of assists, but not really his game.
Yeah, I mean that's not really that decent of amount of assists either. I don't think he's done that much, honestly. I mean, he'll still have done a decent amount of damage, but Shushu is the real carry.
For sure. And Shushu gets the overwhelming blink. Oh, what a hook!
Yeah, and his shield was on cooldown. That is Shushu down.
It's actually just now it's available, like literally as he was about to die. So very unfortunate. And Marshall, he's alive, so all of a sudden
they can murder.
Yeah, Algeria's like, yo, maybe we should get out of there. The stun is thrown out, but the Lincolns blocks it. Marshall, he still wants more. They might be able to kill Paradox, who, as we mentioned, does not seem to be having the best game so far. Looks like with the Alchemist, he is on the he's been clipped. He's been clipped, and he's got the... Oh, come on. And he's got the Radiance out.
And the double lasso, they're dragging everybody up there. It is a house party. Killer actually gets dragged all the way across. Now Nubisha has to turn on back. Marshall's still up there. I'm not sure if they want to touch him for now. Yeah.
And there's another DC coming out here, but it doesn't matter. Look, they're just toying with him. I mean, okay, let's see. It's a Dark Seer, a Bat Rider, and a Warlock. If they are gonna kill Alchemist, it's gonna take a very, very, very long time to do that.
Yeah, would you say it takes longer than 22 seconds?
Well, what happens in 22 seconds? Is buybacks available?
Chemical Rage.
Oh! I don't know. I'm often very bad at estimating damage. And can get throw the stun off. He's actually... He's taking some of the... okay, I think he's gonna last. Paradox shows up.
No, he's lasting.
He is oh, I forgot about the hook. Oh, they do get it. Can they get a kill on Paradox? They do. Yeah. Huge kill. They might be going
Killer
for more
does not
as well.
stop.
Crikey gets the bite off on Noob. By the way, he's died 18 times this game. That's a lot of deaths. Number 1. That takes the stun to the face or the backside. And come on! No, you don't do that. That is just no.
Hell yes, he does. I think he has clipped everybody in this fight.
He does get paid for his insolence, and Crocky, by the way, he cannot... Oh, he does have the blink. He does make it out just fine. What is this game? This is wild. Algeria still has 2 racks advantage. You know what's the problem? Is that in my heart, I don't really think Algeria can win this, no matter what happens. I'm like, yeah, Morocco! They get, triple kill, and they're like, but does it really matter? Doesn't matter in the grand.
But it feels like they have plot armor, right, on Morocco. Like, they are the scrappy underdogs, they're doing so well. Like, they have to win this one, because those are the rules of the universe. Hollywood has taught me that they win now. They get to have it.
Sometimes the 300-pound wrestler does beat the 150-pound wrestler who's blind. You know, like that does occasionally happen.
But my heart.
Does it really make a difference? Anyway, Agnes Shard picked up on Shooter, so I'm guessing everyone on his team must have it, and I am mostly right. Noob Show is the only one who does not, and Noob Show, I think it was 19 deaths on him. He is not having the game you want on this Bat Rider.
I'm seeing a Lotus Orb being built up on Incursio right now. Honestly, I feel like he should be working on the Boots of Bearing. The amount of slows coming out from Algeria is quite significant, and you keep on seeing all of these melee cores getting held back by the slows. And sure, you can pop your R every once in a while, but you'd really rather have those Boots of Bearing on top as well.
Agreed. I mean, it's only 3 seconds. Boots of Bearing gives you... Oh, it's actually 4.5, sorry. Boots of Bearing gives you another extra 1.5, so you have 6 seconds where upheaval doesn't matter, with the wall doesn't... The cold wall doesn't matter. Even, I think that... does
like
the
replica
surge
slows
slow?
as well?
Yeah,
and the surge slows as well. Yeah, there's a ton of slows here.
And while I feel like stuns got almost over nerfed, stuns and disables, but slows feels really strong right now. And Shushu goes in.
Shushu I don't think he actually wants to be there though.
Yeah, he realizes he's like, wait, this is not fun. This bad. This real bad. And Curgio does not have the mana or the cooldown to get his Stampede off. He's gonna be able to Soul Ring in a little bit. And unfortunately, the self stun comes out. Alchemist needs to be very careful. BKB is down, and he has the the Divine Rapier. He just TPs out. I love it. I love it. He just TPs back.
Yeah.
Really smart by Marshall.
I mean, he has the Rapier. Like, you can't really go back in there after your BKB has been spent.
And your ultimate also. Oh, Killer! No, Killer doesn't have buyback, and it's not like a gold thing. It's a time thing. 4 minutes left for his buyback. Wee. And he's been doing work. Like, I know we've given Marshall a lot of props, but Killer, it feels like he's been very impactful, even if he doesn't. His KDA doesn't show it.
Yes, he's been very gung-ho about going and created a lot of opportunities. I mean, you only have to look at Killers. I mean, even his KDA, honestly, is...
They denied the Aegis.
Oh, okay. That's a little...
KYXY flashbacks.
Don't.
You know, he feels bad about it. I feel bad about it for him. He's like, every TI, they highlight that mistake. He's like, every TI, they show it as a clip. And it's like I know. He's like, I get that it was a big deal, but my God, every TI is pushed into my face, and I'm like, it does feel bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, give the man a break.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he's watching this one. Oh, the hook comes out. Shushu gets it, and sure would have been nice if he had an Aegis, but it doesn't mean that he need a double lasso comes out. You lose Croc, he doesn't have buyback, and Curgio takes a lot of damage, and the punch is not gonna reach. Oh, the vacuum comes out. The punch does get there in time, but Curgio actually gets flame break. Noob Show, he's living up to the first half of his name in that one.
Here, you're hurt? Get into the fountain.
There you go, buddy. Here's a nice pick-me-up. Alright, Marshall, all eyes on you. BKB ready, ultimate ready, Rax's falling. It is, if there's any time for him to get that, glow-up anime, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, this is now.
And Super Saiyan time. Come on, Marshall. We're all waiting.
Alright, double stun. Gerja, that would have been the one, but Marshall's just a little slow, and now he's running around in the middle of the fight, not stunning himself, but Shushu is on the side, nearly killed off Incursio, now gets turned upon. Killer, he's standing in the middle, he's doing his best. Actually, that is enough damage to put it... No, not the shield, instead it's a double lasso. Full meatball galore on top of it as well. Nubisho gets the double lasso, gets the double kill here, as now they're all caught inside of the slows. Centaur goes down, buys back, but the Alchemist is
gone. It was not buyback. I get a Divine Rapier on the floor. Does anyone even want to pick it up there? I think they might use
Hey,
Paradox.
found it.
Yeah, Paradox is gonna go for it, and this is alright. So yeah, Rider's dead, but who cares? He buys back instantly, teleports in. Paradox, he's with the Divine Rapier, and Crocky gets him. Can we get the Divine Rapier? Can we get it back? Can we get it back? Crocky's got the BKB. He's gonna be fine. Curgio. Oh god, the EMP. The EMP is crazy now that it drags people, by the way. Love that change. And Paradox throws the meatball. Crocky is dead. And Curgio's out. And Marshall, he's not living long for this world. Marshall is dead. And as fun as the game was, it's still a 40,000 goal advantage for Algeria. And, you know, there was like some chances they could come back, but it didn't really feel like it.
No, it didn't really feel like it, but this one is, again, it's all about the moral victory. We were saying this one was played a little bit for score, mostly for honor, and I'd say that Morocco in the end here have absolutely defended that honor. They got the gold lead several times, they got a couple of really nice fights, a couple of really nice kills. I am very glad to have been able to watch this this glow up, and they may not have won the pageant, but surely they are gonna look better for the next one.
I agree. It was really fun to see. Like, I'll be fair. I think Algeria definitely played like without caring too much.
Yes.
And I'm not sure. Like Algeria was like, yo, okay, bros, we got, you know, everyone's got to play like 100, you know, or there's no shawarma tonight. You know what I mean? It's like, no, take it from me. You know, but just feel like they were kind of playing for fun. Noob Show jumped in, like it had 20 deaths. I'm pretty sure like half of them he was just jumping in for fun, trying to grab someone, doesn't care if he loses his life. Still, Morocco took advantage of those mistakes, of those misplays, and that does say a lot about it.
It does, and they also forced a bunch of those mistakes from themselves. Like especially Crocky's hooks have been.
Yes.
Man was phenomenal throughout this entire game. That's one of the highest impact +5 Pudge I think I've ever seen, actually, because most of the big hookers that we see at the moment are all +4, right?
Yep. I mean, the fact that he just made so much work for the team. It's absolutely wild, like what he was able to get them. This is gonna be a bit of a long replay, I must say, because I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he just did so much work. He gets so many good hooks. I think he gets this one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Like, what a man, what a or person. You know, what a strong person he is. He is. Yeah, he is. And this one, he puts the observe award. Paradox recognizes it and just makes sure he's like, yeah, we're just gonna go back. I'm not gonna go too far.
And a bunch of fights like this where there's just, I mean, this is an overextension to be sure, but the way that they actually executed with the hook behind the tower just feels really nice.
Yes, a lot of what Algeria was, what Morocco was doing was really well, and credit comes out. Like when you get mispositioned, that is a hard thing to play against. Like it's not. Maybe even if you get force staffs, you have to actually reach the target. It's not exactly a huge cast range on force staff, so. It's and hook is I think it's like the best displacement ability apart from like the max level swap. I think swap is at least close.
And the reason why is because I've lined all of them up, right, because forcible dispositioning has been very powerful. And the thing with the Pudge is that there's two criteria. It is like what is the range and what is your personal risk when it's happening. And a Pudge never actually has to put themselves in a position of risk. Whereas most of the other displacement abilities, including the Lasso and the Venge Swap, which are the other two really high ranked ones, you need to misposition. Yeah, exactly, toss. You need to go in. And then the other one is things like X marks, for example, where the other party, or glimpse, where the other party needs to have been out of position first. Hook is the one that neither risks yourself nor requires the other person to have made a mistake.
Yeah, it's a really good ability because of that. They're definitely the strongest one. I'm trying to think about what other displacement abilities there are. I don't think there are any more other than that. But yeah, it's like you said, it's the minimal risk. Like tiny blinking and using toss is such a high risk one because you don't even always get it. You know, you blink and you toss a creep and you're like, well, this is my life now. It's like
hello, everybody. I'm
It's like
here
one of
with
those
you.
sitcoms.
This here was the window for Morocco, by the way. I think just around these BKB reveals where they have two of these fights where they get several kills, they force a couple of buybacks, but they don't actually get either the Invoker or the OD.
Yeah, it wasn't the best link reveals for sure, but always hard when the enemy supports has two people who have BKB piercing abilities like
Yeah,
that
true.
that's not fun. And yeah, this is a long ass replay, but to be fair, you know, Morocco deserves it. Right? They played well. They should have all their moments broadcasted. We've seen them lose. I've seen them put up a really good fight. Shushu is their biggest problem. They did not really
Yes.
get the chance to focus on the OD, and OD was not getting hooked as much as everyone else either.
No, it was always so far in the back. Look at where he blinks to here as well. Like that's you're crossing almost 2 screens worth sometimes in order to actually get to him. It's absolutely impossible. And you know, you can get an Invoker from time to time.
And he also has that Aghanim Scepter, which is super good. Like that
Yeah, you need
defensive
a
aspect.
You need a Dispel to deal with that. I don't see any other way. The amount of mana that gets converted into health, especially because like he's going to fall to low health at the end of the fight usually, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he's going to have all of the mana built up.
And it's like 50% of your max mana. Not current,
Yes.
it's max.
Max.
It does wear off slowly, I believe. So there's that. But I mean, 15 seconds. That's real slow. You know, it's
Yes.
you're not losing it very fast. You're not even losing like 1%.
And back on the cliff you go.
No, hey. This is a Morocco highlight reel. We're not gonna show the
Sorry.
bad moments.
Yes.
You know, we're not even going to show you that. And I think this is it. This is basically when we're approaching the mega creep section, and just man, Shushu does so much.
Exactly.
I don't,
The double
I don't
lasso
know
here
how-
again as well.
I don't know how I feel about the Hoodwink. It's not like the Hoodwink did much early game or late game, right? It's like one of those heroes that it feels very performance based. You know what I mean? Like sort of like a Mirana, where it's like, oh, he's landing arrows, he looks good, but later on, when there's so many creeps and crap and everything, it's like it's hard to land your arrows anyway. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't feel the Hoodwink as much as I felt the Pudge at least.
I mean, Hoodwink is a going in kind of hero, right? You need to actually, you need somebody else to go in for her. She's a follow-up.
Yep.
As we see the final score here between Morocco and Algeria. And the final group stage score as well, where Egypt qualified yesterday, beating Morocco 2-0 and Algeria 2-1. Algeria holds their spot here in the middle of the table and gets some points out of it.
Good for them, right? And well, I guess the next one we'll see who's going to be qualifying from South Africa. I think that's going to be maybe tomorrow.
Yes, yes, it is.
It is, and looks like it's going to be a long one. I think it's a best of 5, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But we are done with Northwest Africa. Congratulations to Egypt. You know they qualified since yesterday, so it's like it's a new thing. You know, congratulations for your performance yesterday. Algeria, congratulations on the win today. It wasn't really in doubt, but you know it was and a win's a win. Everything counts. And for Morocco, honestly, that performance in game 2, they've been improving every game since they've been playing.
Yes.
So you can walk away with your head held high.
Exactly. And a lot of these tournaments are, in fact, about getting the opportunity to play in different configurations with different people, learn different things, and maybe get yourself into matchups that are just a step too big for you, which is good. Because if you're down there, you don't actually get to scrim anybody worth anything. You just have to fight your way up to that honor. And sometimes these officials are where you actually get the opportunities to learn something from people that are just straight up better than you. And I think they got the most out of it. Yeah.
Sorry, and then of course the teams you're playing against also want to win. You know, you're not playing like sometimes you ever been in a scrim and at one point the enemy team is like, yeah, we don't care. And you're like, well, thanks a lot, man. Now but you're playing against the best practice you can get is in tournament practice. You know, because you're playing against a team that wants to win and you're learning a lot from it. So kudos to Morocco. You know, they did pretty well for everything that was thrown at them.
Absolutely. They have, well, not weathered the storm, but they at least, rode it through, and they can learn a lot from it. And we have also rode through today here, because normally we would, we could have seen tiebreakers here, but since the group was already decided yesterday, there is absolutely no need for that. So this is all the Dota we're going to have for you today, and instead we are going to be bringing you that qualifier match for Southern Africa. tomorrow, where we're going to see who is going to be representing the African region over from that side of the map. So we thank you very much for watching today. And I also would like to thank Otomo and the production for all their help today. It was very fun once again, guys. And we will see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks to our amazing cast duo Otomo and keeps forecasting this matchup. So Algeria was able to do it and wins against Morocco 2-0. We saw in the first matchup it was a pretty nice and easy game from Algeria, but the second game was pretty close. So yeah, Morocco at least tried to win this matchup, but they are going to spot in the third place. And as I mentioned earlier, we saw 2 games yesterday against Egypt. They were able to take 2-0 and then 2-1, so that means Egypt continues to the main stage of the tournament. Algeria finished the second spot and the Morocco takes the third. So that's it for the Northern Western Africa region, guys. Tomorrow we are going to see only 2 teams playing at each other in the South Africa region. It will be BO5 matchup from 12 a.m. So I'm really excited about this, but it's everything for our stream from today. And see you tomorrow, guys.
Take you home with me. I don't get what you're saying, all of these games you're playing. Can't bother reading your message, no I'm not here for your show, wasn't asking. But I've been quitting what you're taking, I've been sipping cause I'm making no regrets, I'm not assistant, just go and be what you are, I'm not missing you, yeah. I'm fucking down with all this shit you told me, just regretting that I met you, damn you hold me down. All my fortune's just been wasted or gone, oh you made me feel alone. You thought there's a cure, I went and let you be. Now I know for sure I don't wanna take you home with me. Whoa. savior. Don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out. Lay your love on me. Leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave the words you've spoken. Cause some dreams are meant to be broken. Lay your love on me. Leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave the words you've spoken. Cause some dreams are meant to be broken. Tear down all your visions, go against the feeling, make them fall like gravel to the floor. Only when the dust settles, you start to regret all the things that you've been fighting for. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out. Lay your love on me. Leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave the words you've spoken. Cause some dreams are meant to be broken.